back from my Vietnam tour for about 3 weeks now, and I'm ready to ride. But the problem here in Vancouver this time of year is you can't go anywhere without going up into the mountains, and you can't go above about 200 meters before you run into snow. So where do I go to ride? My friend Tony and I have been talking about heading south for quite a while, and we think we could get there. There's this valley that goes right down the center of the mountains. And then you run into a big block and a lot of snow, but there is a way out to the coast. And then you can just squeeze along the coast in between the mountains and the water, all the way down to San Francisco. With the way California's been getting hit by all these atmospheric rivers, I thought I'd better have a look at their highways, and sure enough, there is a closure on the coastal highway. But when I zoomed into it, I found that it was actually a little side highway and not the main road. So it looks like we're good all the way down. Now, Big Sur and the coastal road is beautiful, but it is very expensive. Tony suggested we have a look at Bunkabiker, the worldwide community of motorcycle riders who voluntarily provide accommodation to traveling bikers. They have this great little map service, and it shows quite a few around Portland and just south of there, and on the way out towards the coast, which would be perfect. And there's even some a little north of San Francisco and around Sacramento. But where to go? Last year, I had done a desert dash down to the California deserts, and lots of the guys go and ride out in the Baja, and they love it. But I get kind of bored with deserts. And then I started poking around mainland Mexico and found all kinds of incredibly cool places to visit. We could ride down the Baja from San Diego, and then take the ferry from La Paz to Mazatlan. Then down towards Mexico City, and back again to the border at San Diego. Finally have the bike back from the shops. She's over 53,000 K, so I just wanted to give her for some TLC. So suspension works, redid the springs and the valves in the front and back to be more appropriate to my weight and the gear that I carry. New tires and sprockets, chain, head bearing, which was getting a bit worn, and just greasing all the bolts, swing arm, just some really needed stuff to make her nice and smooth. And she feels great. So, got my mesh riding gear, armored, and the jacket. And on top of that, we put the puffy for warmth, rain pants, and a rain jacket. And then on clothing, we've got undies and socks of various sizes and thicknesses, long underwear, synthetic pants, a pair of jeans, and a light pair of khakis, a bathing suit / shorts. Those are the khakis, those are the shorts. Some t-shirts, which include insulated, one long sleeve, regular ones, and a collared shirt. And toiletries, and sandals, and little tiny runners. That is bug spray, very important. This is the tank bag, which basically carries all of my filming gear. So I've got a throttle lock in there, earplugs. I've actually got 3 selfie sticks. That's the controller for the drone, which is in there. There's extra batteries for the drone, Kleenex and Windex for cleaning lenses, a rag, the Insta 360 and its selfie stick, some cables, some spare scan cards, extra batteries for the GoPro, which is on my head so you can't see it, filters for the GoPro, and micro SD card plug into the computer to transfer files, and a random patch kit for tires.
So that's all there. And this trip's a little weird because we're not really camping, but we might camp. This is a boombox for music. So in the bag that is across the back, she has laptop computer. This will be in a protective cover, shock bag. And I'm not gonna pull these out, but there is a tarp, a 2-man tent, a sleeping bag, and a sleeping pad. So that allows us to camp, but we're not taking any kitchen gear or dishes or any of that stuff. So that saves quite a bit of weight. That will go across the back, and then you've got the side panniers here and here. And in this side pannier, there is a spare 21-inch tube. There is some Gorilla Tape. There is a bunch of spare bolts. And then in here, you've got toilet paper in a Ziploc bag and a water filter, just a straw inline water filter. And that actually goes in there. A little nightlight, headlamp. I'm decided to take the full-on first aid kit. It's a huge use of space, but I just don't know what we're gonna need. Those are some bro wipes, as they were called, from some fellow campers. That is the Spot X, SOS, and messaging. The tire air pump, and in here is the tool roll kit, which is probably gonna get a little freshening up before I leave. And that is it. That's all of it. The last three pieces of this are Mexican vehicle insurance, a tourist card, and then a temporary import permit for the motorbike. The best place to go for information on all of this is Baja Bound Mexican Insurance. They are apparently the best insurance company for down there, and what I looked at, it's about $240 for insurance for my bike with no collision or theft, and $438, I think it was, for with all of that. And that's for 6 months, and 6 months is cheaper than 30 days. So a little more than I expected, but there it is. And they have information on their page on the Before You Go page that has a whole bunch of information, including where to get your Mexican tourist card and going about getting your vehicle permits. That's it. That's all the prep. All we can do now is wait for a weather window and keep ourselves amused. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.